Right, hello. You should be able to see me. Basically, Tom, somebody who I know, basically, from a website or a forum, whatever you want to say, said to me about somebody he knows, and I know as well, Holly, would love to have a blog about her. So I thought, well, that's the old idea. Her name is basically Holly Reid. Now, I don't know her very well. Not as much as I know Tom, but I do know that she's very nice. I think she's wonderful for a friend, and I want to thank Tom for actually letting her speak to me, because it was Holly who requested me as a friend. And normally I don't request friends on Facebook who I don't know. I normally think, oh, I'm a bit wary, but it got one mutual friend and it said Tom, and I thought, well, I don't mind, I can do this, and therefore it's been a good idea, because basically, you know, it's nice to come onto Facebook and that and be able to speak to Holly when sometimes she's on. I want to congratulate her also for doing well in her exams. I'm sure everybody else, if they're doing very well in their exams, it is. Sometimes I don't know whether grades, or, you know, they say grades are needed in terms of, you know, getting good grades, get good jobs. I don't know whether that always is the case. I mean, I've always found that some jobs might not always require the necessarily grades. I mean, I want to be a radio DJ, but grades are not the most important thing in the world. You know, they don't expect you that when you go for a radio job to say, oh, you need A's and things like that, because it's all about experience. It's all about getting used to it. You know, they say sometimes that if you go for a big job, say like some commercial radio station might want to hire somebody, they'll say, well, first of all, we expect people to have experience. If they were looking, you know, the directors have that idea that they'll get demos printed and they look at hear people's voices and how they interact with that, and it's all about knowing that. But yes, so yes, you know, I'm a bit stuck on this one. What could you possibly say about Holly that I don't know much about her? Never ever been lost for words on a blog before. Never ever. I'll tell you what, I'll blow Holly a kiss. Yeah. Not that I normally do that on blogs. That's you know. But yeah, actually, like with many of my friends, I'm hoping that I can grow. Well, let's just say that I cherish my friends, and when I get to know certain people, I hope that basically become a part of me. And I normally say that all my friends are equal. I don't like to treat anybody differently, because it's hard to say that I have one best friend or whatever, but I like to think there's basically a chance that I have this idea that all my friends, and you know, I don't care whether I know somebody 10 years, 20 years, well, I've only been born since 1980, so anybody I've known for, let's say, 25 years, or 20, or 15, or 10, or 5, it doesn't matter how long I've known somebody, whether it's that amount of time, or whether it's somebody I've known a week, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, or whatever, I treat them all the same, because I think that I will meet somebody new and I'll think, well, this is my chance to hopefully know that they're going to be a good friend, and that I'm going to be able to be their friend, and they know, and I will always say to them that they've always got a place in my heart, and that I'll always be there for them, because I'm always there for people. I always have this idea that people can come to me for advice and help, and that. And I also like that with my friends. I also like the fact that if I can go to my friend, I can say to them, look, I've got a problem, will you sit and listen? I don't like to always think that friends are not always going to be like that. I mean, you can always judge a friend like that, and I'm not saying, you know, and it's about taking in you know, and I take the advice, and I will go away, and, you know, if I want to take the advice, I'll take the advice. But I do feel like that, and I feel that, you know, and many times I don't, the people I don't speak to every day. I only speak to them every week, or certain times when they get on, and it's a case of, you know, I sometimes think if that's the case, then I'm happy to speak to them when they get on. But yeah, friends to me is important. I always treat my friends as they should be treated, and I'm always there for them. And I expect that when they make me friends, they'll be a part of me. And if they need any help, they can just come to me and speak to me. And I always give advice. I always give actually the harshest advice. I'm a little bit like Jeremy Kyle because I don't take no prisoners. Right? The best thing to do is to give the proper right advice. What is the point in giving somebody advice that is going to be totally crap, right? And not going to be sort of like, you know, examples like, or somebody will say, I don't know, but they've got some problem and they'll ask you for your advice. Now you can turn around and give them something that could be not right. You want to give them the best advice you can possibly give them, but be harsh about it. You know, like you would do on like what Jeremy Kyle would do. You know, if you know, that's the whole point about it. There's no point having somebody come to you and say, right, I've got a boyfriend. I've just had a baby with him. He doesn't want to know. Basically, wants to go off and don't care about looking after the baby. That is, and then the girl will be like, "Oh, I'll look after it," but I also want advice. And they sort of like think, well, the best advice you can give them is tell your boyfriend to be more of a dad. Really, you know, instead of them thinking, but that's being too harsh. If you're giving them the harsh words of advice, you've got to do that. You've got to really give them the harsh advice. That's how I feel about doing it. And if you give them harsh advice, it helps. It can help. Because sometimes what they can do is they can come and say, I'm thanking you for that advice you give me. But yeah, great. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to Holly for being a good friend, for, you know, because I know we don't know each other that well, but, you know, I still think she's a very good friend, and I want to thank her for that, and anybody else who knows me, and that, it's great to know you, and that, so, I think I'll leave it at that one. Bye for now.